Good morning, everybody. How much have you missed my face? We're back with a little vlog. What day are we on? We are on Monday. I believe it is Monday the 12th of May, which means we are 5 days out, 6 days out. Monday must be the 11th. Come on, people. What is the date today? I don't have my watch on. The date today is Monday the 12th. So as you can see, 4,000 calories on Monday the 5th. That was post last show. Then we pulled the calories down a little bitty and we started to dig. We had a push day, then a pull day, then an arm day, then a leg day, then a big ass low rest day. That was yesterday. That 2,000 calories was yesterday. I believe today I am the tightest I have ever been. And today the peak starts. So we are back up to almost 700 grams of carbs, and I am really looking forward to getting some of that grubbing today, because although I go on like I don't actually have an appetite, I'm just human, the same as everybody else, and I do have an appetite, believe it or not. And although it is mind over matter for me most of the time, yesterday was a really hard day, guys. I had 12,000 steps to get done, and I had a lot of other things to get done, and I never had a single bit of food going in. It was just weighing fruit in the morning, and then meat and veg, prawns and veg, chicken and veg, chicken and veg. I got chicken, a little bit of rice, and then a little bit of cream of rice before I went to my bed. So I'm pretty hungry, but feeling pretty super duper tight. Let's go check the scale weight. I've not actually checked the scale weight, so I'm guessing this is going to be a prep low for the entire prep, but let's see. I do believe that was the lowest weight I had seen this prep, 93.2 kilos. Yesterday I was 93.25 kilos, so that was me almost back down to my prep low. And then yesterday was an absolute grueler, so I'm guessing I am going to be a little bit lower today. Yesterday's scale weight was indeed 93.25. I don't know if you can see that, it doesn't usually focus all that well. But the bottom number, 93.25. I'm looking to be into the 92s today, hopefully, and then I'll be pretty happy. 93.20 was the prep low before yesterday, so I'd never been at quite as low as that. Getting back down to 93.25 yesterday was quite a big achievement, because it's essentially me back to prep low. We done one more day digging yesterday. That 93.2 beforehand, I was the flattest I'd ever been though. If I'm below that today, which I'm guessing I am, I was already flat yesterday, so. But as part of the process, I am hoping to be into the 92s today, even just a smidge. Just a smidge, and I'll be happy. But I'd like to see a 92 on that scale. 92.95, so I'm into the 92s. Not by much, no, not by much. But 92.95 gives me around 2 kilos of play with the cap. Not that we're going to play with the 2 kilos, we're just going to play with the look again. The first show I was at Cuba every day to feed me more, feed me more, feed me more, feed me more. I still have more room in the cap, still have more room in the cap. And Cuba kept saying, bud, we might lose the detail that you've got. You don't need any more food. And I was saying, but I'm feeling flat, I feel flat, I can't pose, I feel shite, stomach feels empty. And then Cuba was like, well, let's eat a wee bit more then. Just kind of gauging essentially from the biofeedback he was getting from me, rather than just assessing just the look only, because the look was still decent, but I did kind of get a wee bit carried away. I did. So we rectified that for Spain. I just kept my mouth closed and I let Cuba do his thing. And I came in better, which was good. Stress-free as well, which was also good. And it was enough to retain that centre spot for the majority of the morning. However, my posing practice, posing fitness seemed to let me down towards the latter rounds. This week, I have done a lot of posing. I've actually changed a couple of poses out. So my front relaxed and my front double and my front lat spread, I used to hit a vacuum on those, which I think did look pretty good. I think it did look pretty classic. But not only did it kind of concave my body in and make me look a little bit smaller, it also made me lose my breath pretty quickly. And then I would start to blow, then I would start to sweat, and we've actually just stopped doing that. So posing practice with Sammy this week, we've decided to remove the vacuum completely and include a semi-vacuum now, which rather than breathing all your air out and then inhaling your diaphragm up into your rib cage, you let all your air out and you actually take in a big breath. And as you take in that big breath, you also pull in your diaphragm to your ribcage. So you get less depth in the vacuum. It doesn't look quite as deep, which is shite, but it still shows. The caveat to it is you can actually see my abs on my midsection now, on top of the vacuum. And because I'm not holding my breath exhaled, I can actually do it without getting out of breath and without blowing out my arse. So yeah, we've changed a few things. I'm feeling good about it. I can't wait till Ireland. Today we start the peak, so we are up from no carbs pretty much. Yesterday I done 147 grams of carbs total for the day. Today we've taken a reduction of 60 grams of protein for the day, and we've increased the carbohydrates by 500 grams. We've increased the fats almost double as well. So I am looking forward to getting cracking with today, for sure. So I'm just going to go stick some rice on, have a coffee. Yeah, today's a training day. I'm not sure if it's push or if it's pull. I'm just waiting the boss man let me know. And then we will catch up again soon, guys. Thank you. Half a pump of sugar-free morning caramel syrup. Then we have the Nespresso Stormio going in today. This is a new one that I was going to try. I believe that's it. This is a new machine to save me going into the house. I'm in bed very early and I'm up. I mean, like, I've already been up for an hour and you can't see that clock, but it's only 5:30. So me belting about in the house at 4:30, waking everybody up, it's not really the best idea. I actually got this on Amazon quite cheap. It was like $59.99 for the machine. And I thought, oh, that's a cosmetic machine, looks very nice. Will look very nice in my office, looks nice and fancy. And it's cheap and cheerful, and it's an espresso machine, so can't go wrong, can I? So I bought it, and then I bought some coffee pods for it. And I like to drink the Starbucks blonde roast. Some people will say that's gay. I don't care, that's what I like. It tastes nice. And that's what I've got in the coffee machine in the house, which is class. But that's bean to cup, and it takes a while to brew, because it has to grind the beans, and it's noisy, and it's just, I have to go in the house, which is a pain in the arse. So in case you are in the market for a cheaper coffee machine, guys, the Nescafe Virtuo line is definitely the one you want. If you can not even afford the pods, because everybody can afford 20 quid for coffee pods, but it's more so if you are prepared to pay the price, because essentially at the price I'm paying for the Starbucks coffee pods here, I can almost get a Starbucks every day for the same price, which I do anyway. So I now don't get the Starbucks every day. I'm going to use one of these instead. So it's not really going to save me any money or spend me any money. It's just going to stop me having to drive to Starbucks, which I'm all for, because that makes it more productive. Posing time, guys, posing time. And we've got the main man, Big Sammy. What's happening?
What's going on, boys?
What's going on, boys? Say hello to the YouTube, tell everybody to like, comment and subscribe, Sam Bam.
Why are you already not subscribed? You should be subscribed. Do it now.
Do it now. So I've got Sammy booked in every day this week, 7 AM sharp for another posing lesson. I've already ran around the posing today, but I'm going to run another 3 rounds with Sammy, just make sure that I've got the holds in the bag for obviously going to Ireland. So you can have a little watch of the first couple of rounds, and then it will be time for me to actually eat. Yep.
And then breathe down as you're putting the arm round.
Alright, so you don't even reset the bicep arm?
No, you just breathe down and bring the arm round.
Perfect. Let's give it a bash. Let's get a bash. Not like me to be learning new poses. Have 5 days out. But we'll get it done, guys. We'll get it done.
And transition. Yes. It's good as well because you can crack a smile at the end of it. You know.
Perfect.
If you smile as you exhale and breathe into the abs, it's kind of like you get that stoic look, like, and then
I agree.
you know.
One more time before we close off the YouTube and then draw the last couple of sets.
Yeah, lovely. Nice.
Amazing, and I can hit that very well, so that's good. I am going to finish off my posing lesson with Sammy, guys, and then we'll touch base. But first, 2nd litre of water, 8 grams of Rise and Shine, which is about to go in. For anybody who hasn't followed the YouTube for a while, this is Rise and Shine. It's a nootropic blend, very low caffeine content, 50 milligrams of natural caffeine, but it's got a nootropic blend of mushrooms in it. From your lion's mane to your cordyceps and everything in between, and it gives me a bit of a mental focus edge. So as soon as I'm finished here on the posing with Sammy, I'm going to have meal 1, then I'm going to jump back onto work block number 2 for the day, and this Rise and Shine. So it's going to keep me sharp for my client work. So peace out. Time for meal number 2, but first let's go and see what Linda's up to. I can hear her making some noise. So currently making what? Gym drinks?
Gym drinks.
So we've got 5 grams of creatine, 10 grams of glutamine, 20 grams of MPS Max, which is trained by JP Nutrition's premium blend of essential amino acids. We have 30 grams of Performance Fuel, which is a carbohydrate powder, and then I add 250 mils of coconut water as well for a little bit of fructose, a little bit extra carbs, and an insane taste, and a little bit of hydrational help. Coconut water, for anybody who doesn't know, will hydrate you very, very well. So I like to use a little bit intra-workout, and it tastes good as well. So that's what's going on here. Linda's been super duper busy getting me ready to go away to Ireland. Case is pretty much done and dusted, and I haven't had to put a single thing in there myself, which is good. The poor woman is worth her weight in gold. Isn't that right, Linda?
Actually.
Meal number 2 today has got 200 grams of prawns, 75 grams of vegetable, 125 grams of jasmine rice today. So after going a couple of days on pretty low, no carbs actually, I'm actually welcoming this meal with open arms. And there's 10 grams of olive oil in this one as well, which if you've never had olive oil in your rice, try it, thank me later. Push session today. Volume has been heavily reduced due to, I say heavily reduced, I've had 2 exercises removed. That's it. 2 exercises have been removed, 2 reps in reserve for the day. If you don't know what reps in reserve are, you will know by following my page that I train, and I have all my clients train as close to the proximity of failure as physically possible. That means when you can no longer complete another rep, like your first rep, and the muscle fails, essentially, that's you hit mechanical failure. And that, in my opinion, is what is necessary for you to really create that adaptive response within inside the tissue and get the stimulation inside the muscle that you actually want for it to grow properly. Now, I'm not saying that you must train to failure every set to make progress, because that would be a lie. I'm also not saying that you must train to failure to build muscle all the time, because again, that would also be a lie. Even if you didn't go to failure at all, but you were consistent with your training, you still make progress. But generally speaking, I've tried every single skinning cat method since I was 15. I've been in and out of the gym since I was 15. I've tried 4 sets of 10, I've tried pyramid sets, I've tried cluster sets, muscle round, push, pull, legs, I've tried upper lower, I've tried full body splits, I've tried bro splits, back and biceps, chest and triceps, the usual. I've tried everything. This, the way I train now, has seen and yielded the most progression on my physique, period. So that's why I'm such a big believer that this is the best way. Doesn't mean it is, it's just my opinion. And this is my page, so I will give my opinion. Capiche? Now, today, we're not going to failure. Tomorrow, we're not going to failure. The next day, we're not going to failure. And why is that? Well, I mean, I'm competing on Saturday. So at this point, I'm not going to be building any more tissue, so I don't really need to break any tissue down. I just want to go into the gym, move the carbs and the blood through the muscle, allow my body to stay in that trained rhythm, keep some form of pump, and just stay in that trained state, because when you drop the trained state and you have a few days off the gym, what you will notice is you'll actually drop a bit of inflammation, and with that will come a little bit of a scale weight loss as well. You will get a little bit sharper, but you only really want a few days of rest before your show. You don't want to be taking like a couple of weeks off. So we're still in here, we're still getting the job done. Energy levels are back up today because we're on slightly higher food. I have taken a double espresso Starbucks today rather than a quadruple. I'm cutting back a little bit on the caffeine and it seems to be working very well, so I'm enjoying that. So yeah, not an awful lot left to say. That's why the volume has been reduced. I will be recording a little bit of the session. So yeah, stay tuned and you can catch a little bit of push. Peace out, guys, and thanks for watching. Okay, so we're about to get cracking. Now, we don't have the boy Nath or the boy Mikey here today, so it's Tripod City. The good angles will not be here, but we move. Now, you know, I love to do a bit of core activation at the beginning of every workout. Push day today, which means it's a cable crunch. Pull day tomorrow, which means it's a leg raise. Leg day the next day, usually, but it's changed for arms this week because we're in peak week, so legs are done and dusted. Leg day we do planks. Alrighty, so cable crunch, let's get moving. Now remember guys, when you're doing this, you want to try and keep your hips as still as you possibly can. If you're just moving up and down like this, you're not really working your abs, okay? So try and keep your hips as still as you possibly can. Focus on stretching your abdominal muscles up and then crunching them down as you exhale. Going to have to do this without the microphone on because it's getting them away. Oh, tracking, not very good when the face isn't there. But that's that. And as you can see, I get sweaty really easy. And this is the issue that I have on stage as well. I just get sweaty really quickly. So if I get hot, exert myself too much, just like a normal person, but just way easier. If I get nervous, or if I get sad or upset, I just sweat from my chest. I don't know why. And I can't stop it. Mindset. I've been working on it a lot, so hopefully that shows this week when I'm on stage, because I have worked really hard to work on my mindset so that I don't sweat quite as much. Perfect. Perfect. Yes guys, so almost complete on the push session. Just got an overhead extension left and then we're going to hit a little bit of posing. Now, overhead extension, I like to use the Vulcan strap. That's what I've got here, the Vulcan strap. Oh, but my gym doesn't have one of those. Well, neither does mine. This belongs to me. You get them for like £13 on Amazon, so they're not expensive guys, so get one in your bag because not only do they double up triceps, push downs, you can do straight arm pull downs for your back, lat work. They're really good, really strong. They've got different handles as well, so you can shorten your grip, you can open the grip up. Very, very useful tool and very cheap also. So if your gym doesn't have one, get one bought, get it in your gym bag, job done. I do really like this exercise. I like to do it double arm at the moment. I was doing it single arm, but I actually feel, strangely enough, I actually feel more stable doing it double arm. And I feel like I get a much better connection that way, so that's how I'm doing it. Again, it's a really good exercise for challenging the tricep in its lengthened position, which is essentially where we're stronger. So that's why we're doing it last, just to get every single last bit. Nice big hard stretch. I like to force an extra little inch off stretch as well when I can't get any more. I push down a little bit harder. And then a nice big open up and extension. Just like that. Upper arm should remain completely still, hinging only at the elbow. It's a very humbling exercise, that one, for me. It doesn't really taper off like other exercises where you get a less complete rep and then a less complete rep and then you know that you're starting to fade. For me, this one, I can do every rep until I can't do another one. So I made the decision to bin that one there because I didn't think I was going to get the next one. One more set and that's push dusted. Two contraptions that you definitely need if you are going to pose and want to look your best in them. So a good tripod is a must, so that you're not relying on anybody else's tripod, and so you're not having to balance your phone at shitty angles. Excuse my French. And then the secret weapon, the posing lamp. I seen this on Instagram. I seen a little skinny dude posing under shite light and he looked not very good. He turned this on and he looked pretty good. So I bought one. I didn't actually expect it to live up to the hype, but it's absolutely class-tastic. So what I like to do is turn the light in here right down so it's pretty dark, and then I put this on. Boom! And then I balance it on top of my phone so that it's shining right at me, and it looks pretty good. Turn the auto timer on. Now, I'm not one of these guys who likes to have the timer in the mouth, so I just speak to my phone and you just tell it to shoot and it shoots, but that's it shooting already. Sometimes it doesn't listen and you have to say it a couple of times. Now I am still a little bit flat. Yesterday I didn't have very many carbs, but I'm feeling a little bit better today, so we still run the rounds, I'm just going to record one round just so not to bore everybody. I'll put the DJI off and then I will finish the other 2 rounds, so I'm going to do 3 in total. So that's round 1 done. I am perspiring a little bit, but nothing too crazy. It is hot in here. And I am currently, this is 8 litres of water, and this is pretty much what I've got left, bar a litre that I leave for my creamy rice, my evening sups, and my sleep drink. So I've pretty much done 6 litres already today, which is another reason why it will be starting to come out as well. So show day should be a little different. Don't have 6 litres going in before I go on stage. So the main thing is not blowing out my arse quite as much as I have been on previous times posing. So the practice is making a little bit perfect, and we're feeling good, guys. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch up a little bit later on. Yes, guys, meal number 5 is in the air fryer. It's already cooked, but I do like to crisp my meals up sometimes in the air fryer just to give them that little bit bite. If you're wondering what these are, they're blue light blocking glasses. If you're wondering why I wear them, I do tend to wear them as soon as the evening time hits. Around about 6 PM, I put these glasses on. There is evidence to suggest that they're very effective. There is also evidence to suggest that they're not very effective. I don't really care. I'm not wearing them because other people wear them. I'm not wearing them because I've been told to wear them. I'm wearing them because I genuinely feel like they work. Blue light is emitted from the sun, from daylight, from LED screens, phones, laptops, TV screens. They all emit blue light. Blue light goes into your eyeballs and it stimulates your brain to release dopamine, which essentially keeps you awake and stimulates pathways that don't really promote good sleep. So after 6 PM in the evening, I will still be looking at my phone. I will still be, I mean, it's sunny. It's still sunny, so I'm going to be sitting at the window, you know. It's blue light going to be going in my eyeballs. And when I'm going to sleep at 7:30, 8 o'clock, I don't really want any blue light in my eyeballs. So I wear these every evening for the last couple of hours, and I feel like they do make a big difference. Just in case you're wondering what they are, these ones here in particular are RA Optics. Don't know if you can see that in there. RA Optics. They're very, very good. Nothing really else happening this evening other than meal 6, and I'm not going to bore you showing you all my food, so I'm going to shut up shop now, and we'll catch up again tomorrow probably, guys. Alright, peak day number 1 done and dusted. Thank you very much for watching along. Remember, like, subscribe, and comment on the channel if you enjoy the videos, guys. Alright, peace out.